Hello and welcome to Petersfield Gladiator Training Camp. Now, we have a wonderful day, really awesome lineup here, and as you can see, the weather is looking beautiful. We actually have the sun glowing through the clouds, despite the weather forecast saying that it might be a little bit grayer. So you'll see a wonderful silhouette behind our athletes today, who will be coming up very, very shortly for the deadlift 4 reps. Now, today you will have myself, Em, and also John Shaw running the live feed, and then tomorrow it'll be me again, and I'll be met with our friend Dave Thomas because John will be competing himself. Now, we will be getting started in the not too distant future. Athletes are warming up and getting ready to go, and I think we've got a really, really exciting mix of events. So we have the announcement to say that the first ladies are coming out at 10 o'clock precisely, so we have 10 more minutes to go.
And then after her is going to be Imogen Steele and Sammy Joe.
Now you'll find the event scores will be live on Strength Register. Typically we find that as running the live feed, we'll do our best to get you as much up-to-date information as we can, but things tend to run very, very fast, so we might not be able to give you all of the scores at any one time. Now, for anyone who is watching who's new to Strongman or wants to know a little bit how today's going to run, there are 5 events throughout the day, and each of those events will be run in the reverse order of the placings for the event before. So, for example, we're going to come out here now. They've already agreed the running order for event 1. Whoever comes first in the deadlift will come out last for our Conan's Wheel, which I believe is the second event, a very meaty second event there, especially before our pressing event of the day. And it will run like that throughout the day. That gives the person who performed the best in the event previously a small advantage because they can see how everybody else did before they come out. The last event, I do believe they're going to run in reverse order of the entire of the competition. So that one you will know where everyone's placing just by when they come out. Now, event 1, we have deadlift for reps and we have a trump style. So you'll see that there are 4 bars out in front of you here, but we also have 2 weight classes coming out in one time. So basically they will have an option of 2 deadlift bars. They will have a lighter option and a heavier option. Now, any reps performed on the heavier option will automatically trump the lighter option. So the athletes can basically play to their advantage there. Sorry, they can play to their own tactics there. This yeah, that could help. Basically, sorry, we're just having a small kit move around at the moment. Wonderful, thank you. Right, wonderful. We want to make sure that we get you guys the best view of the day. And because of that, you may have noticed that you can't actually see us. Now, when we arrived, we had a few technical difficulties. We found out that the Wi-Fi doesn't work, and one of our cameras decided to give out on us as well. So what we're doing is we're actually running this from our own phones, 4G. So hopefully we'll be fine throughout the day. But because of that, we've pared down the graphics that you can see so that you just literally get the athletes. You don't need to see our ugly faces. You need to see the athletes.
Thanks very much.
Knew he was going to appear at some point. Yeah, so we've just pared it down so that you get the bare bones, just the bits that we know you actually have joined this live feed to see.
We run through the order of events then?
We've basically only really gone over that we have our deadlift first, but as you're actually competing tomorrow, you're probably very clued in. Would you like to run through the rest?
Do not think that makes me clued in, but yes. Event 1 will be the Trump style deadlift for reps. One of the key distinctions here is the rules have changed slightly due to a basically a software issue. Long story short, they've changed from what was previously you may perform reps on both bars to now a very black and white Trump deadlift style. So that means 1 rep of the heavier bar will beat any number of reps on the lighter bar, and there is no amalgamation of we may have seen other reps in the past where you do like 2 reps on the heavy and 3 reps on the light, and that total counts towards your score, and you beat someone who just did 2 reps on the heavy. There is now no benefit to doing any reps on the light if you can manage reps on the heavy. So just focus on the heavy or just focus on the light. Focusing on 1 bar for the maximum reps you can achieve is the strategy for this event. Event 2 will be the conus, which is a nice twist versus a lot of other comps where you get the overhead and the deadlift, the static events done first. This will be a conus second, which will be a very standard conus. Load up the weight, one pick, and continue round in a 360 circle, as many revolutions as possible for maximum points. As Em said, we're going in reverse order. A massive bonus to the athletes will be whoever performs well on the deadlift. As Em said, will be going out later on in the conus, which knows they know exactly how far they need to go around with the conus to get the best score possible for their points. Event 3 will be the log for reps. That is a fixed log, as in a one weight, no trump style log. It's just a single log with the most reps possible in 60 seconds, taking the win. On from there, we go into the steeplechase, sandbag steeplechase, which is 2 standard sandbags, one heavier than the other, of course. You take the lighter sandbag. The variation this time is you will take the lighter bag from start to finish. So you go from the start, over the middle hitching post to the end, over the last hitching post, and you must take that bag over both hitching posts first before sprinting back to the full start and taking the second bag from start to finish. A lot of other steeplechasers perform one bag over the middle and then the other bag over the middle before taking both bags to the end. This, you must finish the full 2 loads of one bag before you move on to the second bag. And finally, the last event of the day, we would be on to the sandbag ball to shoulder. So much like a stone to shoulder, but there'll be sandbags. So they are perfectly spherical sandbags that are filled with sand. As the name suggests, they are perfectly spherical. They do add an incredibly different variation to the lift. It's not to be confused with just a standard sandbag to shoulder. It's actually quite a different lift. It's quite different. You get much less traction on the bag and much different kind of dynamic to it as well. But the bag doesn't roll as easy as a stone either. So if you're sat there thinking, well, I've done a X stone to shoulder with tacky, there is no tacky allowed. It's just a bit of chalk. And a sandbag ball to shoulder is quite a lot trickier than a stone to shoulder from a bit of experience.
So it's just a different variable to throw at the athletes.
It's great, it's why we like it.
Yeah.
A great conversation the other day with someone from the Strongman Way where we were talking about dissociate your training events with your comp events. The way that you train the competition in the training is very different to the setup you have on the day, so it makes a huge difference.
And where in Strongman we don't really have standardised kit in any way. Like, they are using calibrated plates today, but you're not going to have calibrated logs. You're not going to have calibrated sandbags. So you have to be inherently adaptable. You have to be able to turn your hand to lots of different skills at any one time. Now we have our first athlete out. This is exciting.
I believe on the right we have Jodie Barrett, and on the left we have Tanya.
Did you say we believe Jodie might actually work here?
I don't know. I saw her walking around and going into the back room, so whether she was just helping out or not, I don't know. I'm making massive assumptions from very little.
So they're both strapping on to the lighter of the deadlift bars. No, I can't clearly see what's going on. The heavier bars, sorry, which is wonderful. So these women are both going for that 110 kilo. Nice, a beautiful first rep.
Yes! 2 reps, fantastic.
Now they're being very, very good at keeping an eye on what their judges are saying. In order to get the full rep, they have to make sure that they're waiting for those commands. You don't want to have to do all that work, miss the command, and not be awarded that rep.
Yeah, and notice, I think in preparation for tomorrow as well, much less likely on a raw deadlift, but the judges are giving the athletes a lift and a down command. So by the looks of it, Tanya on the left hand side here, she is going for she has attempted 1 rep on the heavy, gone for the light bar, and now gone back to the heavy as she's warmed up a little bit. So not a bad tactic at all. Lock in some reps and then go for the heavy. In the right hand lane, she's been crushing out consistent reps at a good pace for the entire 6 seconds. Fantastic effort.
Brilliant right there. And I think that although the athletes do have a really, really wonderful warm-up area, in competition, the variables are not in your control. In the gym, you can time the gaps between your reps, those rest periods, and they're all in your control. Here, you're a little bit more dependent on the order of how things are running. So you're not necessarily in the most prime position, and you just have to respond. It's what can you do out here on the floor that matters. I believe out next we have an Imogen Steele and a Samantha Jo Fleming. We haven't had an announcement to confirm that.
We've been hearing people cheering for Imi already, so I wonder if I'd be getting the name wrong in the first athlete.
Ah, wonderful. Well, the order that we've been given might have changed if somebody hasn't turned up. So as soon as we actually have a more up-to-date running order, we will definitely let you know. Oh, so this is Imi. No, that's right. So we have Imi out now. Yes, Imi and Sam are out, and Samantha are out now.
That'll be Imi on the right and Samantha on the left.
Now, as we get to know the athletes a little bit better today, we do have some information that they have very wonderfully given to us all.
Come on, Imi, let's go!
Both looking strong on that 110, that trump bar option. One rep at this bar will trump any reps on that lighter option.
On the left, did 2 reps on the heavy bar and realised she hadn't done her belt up.
Oh.
What a display of power, that's fantastic.
And when you're nervous, especially going out for event 1, it's easy to make those little tiny mistakes. You've got to stick to your plan, stay cool and calm, make sure that you're only focusing on the things that actually help you perform your best. Some very good breathing here.
On the left, taking her time to make sure she maximises the time available to her for her advantage. I think the right, however, he just keeps popping out some reps. Serious strength on the right hand side.
She is battling.
And a phenomenal demonstration. Really, really clean. No hits yet either.
And actually, staying calm and collected when you know that timer is up against you, that is quite a skill to have.
Fantastic effort from both.
So I believe out next we have Emma Smith and Tina Reason. I think that's... Aha! It's almost like we knew. That was just announced on the tannoy seconds after we go. Well, I blindly tried to guess. So we're doing all right. We're doing all right. We've had an amazing performance already. These ladies are just kicking off. What an awesome weekend in such style. None of them seem to be going for that lighter option so far. They're all jumping in straight to that heavy set. Now, if you're familiar with powerlifting or other sports, you might be thinking, what's going on with the kit? What's going on with these hitches? In strongman, it is an A to B sport. You can lift that weight however you feel is best, basically, however it works for you. So hitching's allowed, straps allowed, belts allowed. Though today you will not see a single athlete in a deadlift suit, whereas tomorrow you might see some deadlift suits appearing.
Yeah, absolutely. The novice and the masters today, they're not allowing deadlift suits. Tomorrow they are. I think no reason for that other than like time allowance and fairness to the athletes. Like novices don't have the time or the money to invest in a deadlift suit. They're quite expensive. See, the athlete on the left has moved from the heavy bar to the light bar. Very good effort, and she knows that she's now
racking up some serious reps here, so that if anybody else he's got, the harder it is going to be for them to basically putting in a good score now will still be anyone with fewer reps.
What did you use rock like?
Yeah, I tried to jump in there and I was definitely not flustered in any way.
Good reps for both of them there. Absolutely
really wonderful. And I love the camaraderie where you go up and you give the person you head to head with a hug or a fist bump. That's a magical thing to see, and it's something I found particularly strong in the strongman community. So we have somebody here who has come down from Birmingham. I missed exactly who it was, but I think we now have Kieran and Helen. Oh, nice! Some powerful reps here.
Phenomenal power for both athletes there. Fantastic reps for the heavy deadlift.
Both of these athletes are looking wonderfully locked in here. Very experienced. Earlier we saw a few lifters who were putting the bar in the exact optimal place for them, which was slightly off, and we saw the bar rolling a little bit when the shins were kind of pushing the bar away, but these guys Textbook.
I think little shout out as well to the referees. You've got left hand lane, and you've got Emily Norley, recently crowned Europe as well, on the right hand side. Both athletes very established, but we also see it doesn't matter which lane you're in. You sometimes see a discrepancy between referees, but one is slower than the other. These two look very fair and very measured in both their approaches.
They're looking very proud of their performances there. There were some reps.
So they should be. I think one of the athlete on the left hand lane there had a soft belt on, not even a hard belt.
But it's the joy. You can pick the kit that supports you the best.
Live scores because of the internet connection. We are having to wait
So
after the event to put the scores in.
so they've just explained that if you're following on Strength Register, that actually we will not be having the scores inputted into Strength Register as athletes come out. It will be all at the end of the event just due to the same Wi-Fi issues that we had ourselves. Right, so we now have our next athletes out. Oh wow, super powerful. So I believe now we have, I think, Zoe and Caroline out for the deadlift. Both of them set their eyes on this heavy bar.
And both executing some fantastic sets of reps. Really big reps on offer here.
I'm loving the concentration faces. The lady who was closest to us has her eyes shut and she's clearly just focusing on her own thing. She's blanking out the world around her and just listening for that judge.
She's landed on a really fantastic technique. It just doesn't matter what's happening around you. Find your own rhythm and flow within the set, within the work, and just stick to it relentlessly.
The more you can just sort of switch off, don't question it, and just find that rhythm, often pays off very, very well. Oh, wonderful.
Great efforts for both athletes. I mean, that's fantastic to have the full effort for the full 60 seconds there. That's a huge amount of work.
They've smashed that. Okay, I have a feeling we might have an athlete coming out on her own, just due to the odd numbers. So we have a Kirsty coming out here. Now, I have seen Kirsty compete before, and I've seen her competing. She's never really shown a weakness. She's just a very good, all-round, consistent athlete. Now, she will know, obviously, the reps that have been achieved. She'll probably have a number in sight, a goal in sight here.
Huge effort from Kirsty there, and also a girl after your own heart, M, who is using no straps, over under grip with plenty of chalk.
Yeah,
it's
love
exactly
it.
how you like to do it. And she's coming out, she's putting on a hell of a performance coming out last by herself. Very hard to go by yourself as well. But a little shout out to Ben there, who's obviously a very established athlete. I mean, one of the best in the world now, proving himself to be one of the best in the world consistently. Ben asking the audience to get behind her with 100% of their energy, to give her the support she needs coming out by herself. It's a hard thing to do.
To have handled that little wobble there and still be going, that's phenomenal. And she's really using that hip very efficiently, where she's getting it above her knees and then ramping it up her thighs. Did they say this one last rep will get her in the lead? She's got 10 seconds left.
10 seconds left.
Fancy get another rep. Go, go, go. Yes, just that lockout. Just in time there. That was wonderful.
Fantastic showing. Fantastic.
Really, really good. And yes, I do personally prefer not using straps for most instances. Axel's a little bit different. I find that, especially in instances where the strap-in time is included, it obviously takes a bit of time away from me. But I also find that actually the longer I spend in that hunched over position, the worse it always feels. But also I'll stand up. I'm not attached to the bar. I can stand on it. But I know you've been strapped on. It's almost like your brain's giving you a bit of a boost, like a battery charge of let's go.
Yeah, I'll want the reps.
Imprisoned, that's the word you're going for.
So I think, based on what I'm looking at, this is now the over 75, but the weights on the bar are 100 for the light bar and 120 for the heavy bar.
Nice. And I announced the running order. They did announce it the other day on Instagram, but I imagine it would have been a random ballot or potentially the order they signed up in.
Yeah, not sure how they decided whether it's random ballot or whether it is in reverse sign-up order. But the running order is on Strength Register by the looks of the format. Sorry, Strength Results.
Yes, and just a reminder, they will be uploading all of the results at the end of the event, so just due to how the Wi-Fi, or how bad the Wi-Fi is basically. And apologies that we are running this off of 4G. The original plan was to have a much more slick-looking live feed for you, but we pulled out all of the frilly bits so that you just get a good action shot of all of these athletes battling through. And thankfully for you, you'll probably be very, very grateful that you don't have to watch us chatting away all day.
Everyone likes watching us chat.
Unfortunately, still get to hear us. Right, so we have our first athletes out today, Lauren and Rosie. Rosie's been working so hard with deadlifts. I believe, just from having a look on her training on Instagram, she's just gone from strength to strength recently.
Rosie is only 60 kilos, double her body weight. And look how many reps.
So Ben has just pointed out that as Rosie is only 60 kilos body weight, this is a double her body weight deadlift.
But appears to have jumped into the over 75 kilo novices for fun anyway.
Oh, she's rattling through.
Both these women putting in an unbelievable first performance out.
So determined, switched into their own bubble right now. All they need to do is listen to their athlete command and respond, blank out the rest. But having said that, the crowd here is absolutely brilliant. Sometimes that can give you that extra little bit of a boost as well. You might be able to hear the crowd behind us. It's probably a good 10 people deep.
Rosie fighting for a rep.
Now, Rosie is always very surprising with deadlifts. Her lockout slows down, but she's often able to just battle. Oh, not counting that one there.
Fantastic effort there from Lauren, fighting right to the end there as well.
She just looks, oh, smiling at the camera, I love it. Genuinely, she just looks so locked in. That was a phenomenal performance. Oh, and I love the hugs they gave each other as they walked up. I just love the community for how supportive everybody is of each other. That was two phenomenal performances there. So I believe up next we have Sophie and another Rosie. Now, Sophie, I believe, is the athlete in the pink shorts, and I believe she's actually just come back from a 5-week holiday. No, am I getting my athletes confused?
No. I don't know if it was holiday or not, but she said a hiatus from deadlift, so she's not been able to train properly for a number of weeks now. So I think this is going to be a big show. She's still struggling to the heavy bar, though, so it looks like she's going for it.
Earlier we spoke to her, and she was basically like, "I'm just here to have fun. I'm just here to love the day." Oh, off to a great start. Oh, nice work. And I believe Rosie has just moved on to that lighter bar. When I say lighter bar, it's still pretty heavy. I'm just having a look.
120.
Nice.
Numbers are wrong.
Yeah, I just realised the numbers I've written down, hopefully, not so helpful. Oh, these athletes are going full power here. And you'll notice that because they have the lift commands, touch and go reps are not allowed. They have to make sure that bar has stopped dead on the floor. Also, where they have the metal calibrated plates, even though you might see a rubber flooring, there's very little. They wouldn't be able to bounce the bar that much anyway. But they would be disallowed reps if there was that touch and go style.
No touch and go, but that was a brutal showing from Sophie on the right hand side. She fought right to the end.
Yeah. Now I believe we have Vicky and Rian out next. Now Rian trains at the barbell division in South. I don't think I have seen Vicky before. Now Vicky is particularly looking forward to that Conan's wheel next. We asked all the athletes what they were looking forward to the most, and that is what she has selected with a lot of exclamation marks. Now these athletes are battling. Some really good techniques, and I noticed that Rian is also doing a really good job of timing her breathing really brilliantly. I think Vicky has just been basically told, because of the slight change in the deadlift programming, or the deadlift style, because she's now had a rep at the heavier bar, she can't increase her points with the lighter bar. So everyone said, take some rest, come back and have another go at that heavier bar. And Rhiannon Paul. Often you'll find, especially where we're allowed the hitches, if the athletes can get the bar above their knee and past that point where their quads might be creating a little bit of a speed bump, they can usually ramp up their thighs.
Really did a very, very good job there to work until the end. And Vicky, obviously, I think under the adrenaline and the heat there, went back to the lighter bar to try and get a couple of reps before being reminded that it won't count, which she said then. So just a very difficult work there to kind of stay focused and stay embraced with the rules whilst you're midway through an event. It's very tough. You know the adrenaline is incredibly high.
And now we have Eleanor out she's the final athlete. It's an odd, the reason why she's out on her own is because there is an odd number within the group. I think a few of the athletes are still dialed in to the original pattern, which would have been they could accumulate more points by going back to that lighter bar. If she can take a bit of rest time here, I think she might be able to get that another rep here. She's got 30 seconds. No, just give yourself a little bit of a rest. You've got some time. And timing that rest well can genuinely mean the difference between getting that extra rep.
Yeah, massively.
We saw some really good examples of that on the log at the Shore Classic that recently took place, where the athletes were able to genuinely be really tactical with the minute they had. Nice. So we have the Masters women out next, Masters 40 plus, I believe, and they have the same weights. So we can start moving. So we have Rosie and Evelyn out first. I am loving those shorts. And hair ribbon to coordinate as well. Why don't you coordinate your hair ribbons?
I don't know, actually. I should do. I like the idea.
It's actually a year to the day that you cut your ponytail off. So you've been short haired for a year as of today.
I have. Buzz cut.
Oh, some powerful reps here.
Both athletes coming in really strong in this one, 20 on the heavy bar, just fantastic.
And
Evelyn coming out with no straps as well. Over under,
yeah.
short, Rosie smashing the right hand bar there.
Now you may be wondering, if you are new to the sport, why are a lot of the athletes have come out in their socks. Now, a lot of the athletes, for deadlift especially, will want to maintain as much contact and basically grip to the floor as humanly possible. And having no shoes with any kind of cushioning can genuinely help them just feel much more planted. Getting all of that power that they're putting into the bar into just moving it rather than being cushioned or absorbed by any kind of... these athletes are flying through and still looking strong. Right up to the last second. The left-hand side of the screen, some wonderful looking helmets. Now they are part of the prizes. The other prizes are on the table. You can't quite see on the live feed. That is what these athletes are battling for today. Don't they look?
They're the first place trophies, I believe, for tomorrow. There's a variety of other trophies on the table as well, including various daggers, swords, knives. Just fantastic.
You make it sound quite sinister.
Beautiful.
Because the theme of the day is gladiators. We're in the gladiator training school. We have the gladiator helmets as the prizes. Oh, so these athletes are getting locked in. I believe we have Amanda and Katie. The athlete over in the far side is fire. Not wasting a single second.
Now, remember though, this is now a race against the referee as well as the clock, though. For those who can move really quick, you've got to push the judges and the referee's timing to make sure they're getting some good timings going as well.
Yeah, because once you've been given those commands, you want to start moving again. Both of these athletes looking so locked in and looking quite fresh, even though at this point they have already performed quite some reps.
20 seconds.
20 seconds remaining. Oh, these athletes are doing so well. And they'll probably be able to just hear, just to the side of them, the bar hitting the floor of the other athlete, and that is going to spark them on to just keep fighting through. Oh, not quite on that last rep there, but those athletes fought hard.
Spectators, and I ask you guys to stay off the first team pitch. I know it's quite crowded, but we can't have a load of football on the first team pitch.
So now I believe we have Emma and Anna. We have an even amount of athletes in this one, so there will be nobody coming out on their own.
Where we marked inside.
Both athletes interested in using soft belts, not hard belts.
Okay, Masters Women's. Let's get it on the whistle.
And like, has anyone opted for the lighter bar yet?
Not in the Masters, I know. Everyone is just fighting through on this heavy bar. You've got various amounts of, very, very different amounts of reps. You've got quite a few of them though. I think most of the Masters women have been going for the full 60 seconds though.
Oh, there's a coach or a friend giving some wonderful tips from the athlete area. Whereas the athlete furthest away from us is grinding through, really being strategic here and playing to a rhythm that works for her. Wonderful work. 20 seconds. She can still take a bit of a breather and get another rep. I think she's going to call it that. I think she knows that is a good performance for her. And also, remember, this is event 1 of 5. There's still plenty to come. And the next is the Conan's wheel, which, after deadlifts, that's quite a spicy little combination.
Not just plenty to come, but a lot to come. A lot of heavy events to come today.
So I believe we have the last of our women for the deadlifts, which is Georgia and Emma Howell, I believe. Yes. And then we'll be on to the men's under 100, I think.
Yeah, the lowest lightweight men will be next.
Okay. On my whistle.
Athletes are locked in and ready to go. Brilliant. So the judge on the far side has basically said, make sure you are not touching going these reps. The athlete on the far side utilising a very well coordinated roll of the bar into the shins. It's a technique I often can throw people off, and I think more often than not can leave you not quite in the same position each time, but she seems to be very well practiced at this.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a phrase proficient, or she's doing a really good job. She's very clearly very. It's not something that often many people get the right or the handle on. Good job of getting this nailed.
And the near side athlete, I think, is being very strategic with reps. Just trying to be as efficient as possible with the time. Time. Just genuinely, that last rep was given. I
think that's more or less every female athlete in the Masters went for the full 60 seconds. That is outrageous.
Yes. And also everyone for the heavier bar as well. Everyone clearly saw the bigger challenge and just set their sights on it. So I think we have quite a large class coming up next. John is just checking to see if there are any comments from you, because again, because of because we're running from my phone on 4G, we actually don't have the comments. We pared it right down to try and get you the smoothest coverage we can. We're on some plates here because the men's under 100 are obviously lifting a little bit heavier, but I just wanted to just take a moment to put our first women who are out for the day, who kicks out the place to be when you are literally opening the entire weekend, not just your own well there. The lightest bar, the lightest option that they had, was the equivalent weight to a fully grown male kangaroo. They are not small. And I think that when it's on a bar and we have these really beautiful plates, exactly how heavy these things are. So I do my best to try and compare to an animal or an everyday object, just to put in perspective just how strong all of these athletes are. Now, I compete myself as a 64 kilo athlete, so I'm often one of the first to come out. And I feel like it's just really good to acknowledge the weights that are there. The plates, especially if you're new to the sport, just look like another weighted disc that's sort of an unknown amount. Don't fall into the trap of thinking that the first athletes out here are lifting lightweights by any means. So we're getting the deadlifts up now. Now I think this next class is quite large, so we will do our best to keep you in the loop of everyone who's coming out. And today we have our novices and masters athletes competing, and then tomorrow we have our opens and inters athletes.
Kelly is our score sheet lady for today. Everyone give Kelly a round of applause.
So we have, and I will double check the weights because I think the list that I've written down is not quite correct. That their heavy bar might be up to 200 kilo here.
I got it. Website.
Similar to the women's, a lot of these guys are their first ever competition. They need support. Let's give it to them. On my whistle.
Wonderful first rep there. Nice. And the athlete on the far side finishes rep. Wonderful rep.
Two very different approaches here in deadlift though. You've got someone on the lighter bar who took their time, stood up, didn't start strapped in, didn't start on the bar, knew what they wanted to do and how they wanted to do it. And the other one who was kind of strapped in, ready to go and tried to maximise the 60 seconds. Two very different approaches, but both good lifters.
They don't want to give everything to the first event.
You're fast at plate mats. What are we looking at?
We're looking at 170 for the light bar and 200 for the heavy bar.
What I wrote down was actually correct on this. And the athlete on the far side is still going. To me, he was able to really efficiently wrap it up. So I wonder if we'll be able to finish this rep. That was a massive fight. And you'll see that different athletes have different strengths. He'd be slow from the floor, but then the power will come the second they get it past their knees. Other athletes, myself included, very fast from the floor, and it slows down as the lift. You see the different techniques and strength.
I think both athletes as well locking in to the 200 kilo reps and both putting up some serious reps.
Then we're going straight to every opponent's wheel. 22 seconds. One more. 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds.
Got time for one more. He's going to go by the crowd.
He's got this.
Will he get it?
Just that ramp up the thighs. We're given the rep. Wonderful work there. The Battle of the Mohawks was quite a display.
That was quite a spectacle. I also like that the brown mohawk, I'll call him, was the one who was eyeballing Emily for the rep there. He was definitely trying to rush the lockout, trying to get the down command as early as he could. Really respect that.
Opening Daniel does have a brother called Freddie.
Okay, I actually have now lost track of which round we're on.
Here we go.
Some really powerful reps in the far side.
Yeah, I think unfortunately for the right side, he kind of wasn't quite ready when the whistle went. Ben did say he's not taking any prisoners here today with the tempo and the timings. Big guy on the left hand side. Got the first rep, so he must now stay on the heavy bar. There's no benefit to the lighter weights. On the right hand side, I think he's a very competent deadlifter, doing what he needs, but struggling with his fingers and scraps.
One rep on the heavy weight, 1 rep on the light weight.
Can you get this rep? Not quite.
7, 6,
4,
Wow, serious speed uptakes there.
Oh, and time. That was an amazing rep. You see the central nervous system shakes there.
I mean, exercise 1.
Hampshire 2025, and he's still ready to deadlift on the whistle.
Hi guys, just again, I'm really sorry about the signal. We had the Wi-Fi all working yesterday. Everything was looking good, and there's just nothing today. So we're just having to run off of my phone. We're doing our best with what we've got. We've stripped out as much from the overlay as humanly possible, just to try and get you connected as best we can. We are entirely doing this as volunteers, just to try and spread the amount of people that can actually be a part of today.
30 seconds left from now. Loads of reps on 1 minute. 4 minutes, bit of a dogfight to try and secure those points. With 26 people in the category, every point counts. 20 seconds, a bit less now, 15. 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, just a reminder to stay off the first team pitch unless the kids are having a goal, followed by Richard Oldsworth and Josh. Good athletes, you can come out and get strapped in straight away.
Sorry for the small delay there. We were having a discussion about if there's anything else we can do to help with the signal, and I don't think there's anything else we can do to help with the signal, and I don't think there actually is right now. So I think our options are either continue with what we've got, because we've stripped everything out. We had all hands to the deck this morning trying to redo the overlays and make sure that we had it streamlined as possible for you. So the only option is either keep it going or pace that is still of help and already set up. So I think we'll continue for now.
We'll ask Ben whether he wants to continue after this. I mean, like I say, it's not a charge service. We're not being paid for this. We are doing it as volunteers. So I apologise for being described as a car crash, but we are doing what we can. We unfortunately can't help the signal, the connectivity or anything like that. We don't have a magic network that goes straight into some kind of have what we have. And in the middle of a field, in a rugby club, on some people here, it's only going to be as good as it's going to be. We'll do what we can to try and keep things to a minimum.
Everyone's gone for that heavy, we're on the, heavier bar.
Yeah, the answer rest of these heavier bars as well, which is fantastic.
Nice! Let's go! Yes! Yes!
Nice work from these athletes.
Deep breath, got time, got time. Let's go!
So we're going to continue for now, but we'll revisit in a second. Once these athletes have gotten through the deadlifts, we should continue with the live feed. Apologies guys, the Wi-Fi was working yesterday, we were all set to go, and when we arrived this morning there was unfortunately no juice, so we have been using my own 4G to run this as a hotspot.
Mitch Neal, Charlie Harrison. Mitch.
Oh boy!
Front of Emily, please. Big ready strap. Bar.
Thank you very much for bearing with us.
Jody's going utterly raw. No belt, no straps, no nothing.
Love it.
Okay, we're in. Go.
Oh wow.
with some beautiful reps as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic efforts. Fantastic. Not to ignore the man on the right, who is getting some wonderful reps as well, both on the heavy bar, both getting reps on the heavy bar as well. Remember, this is 200 kilograms. And given these athletes are under 100 kilos, novice, they are early in career, and this is at least double body weight.
Still looking fresh.
It's that head of hair, he's hiding many secrets in it.
15 seconds left. Will he get another rep? Just asked. Nice work, right? Using his time very well.
Great effort. Great effort.
Ha ha ha. Some brilliant photos being taken, I think.
Here we go.
Oh, wow.
Go on, Phil! Let's go!
Yeah.
Amazing reps on the left. Fantastic. That's what we like to see. We want to see someone trying to max out, trying to do their best, and then moving on to light bar when it's not gone their way. Moving on to light bar when it's not gone their way.
Wonderful rep. And that rep will still be more power. Seconds left. This is now the time to push. Can he get over his... Can he ramp this up and... Oh, confident.
Which they're having a strap problem. Just didn't quite get it.
I think this might now be our last group of the
It is
category.
indeed. Jack and Dan.
So, do we say...
Please go get yourself a drink, some snacks. The Conan's wheel will be round there. I will
to investigate if we can try and make this just a little bit more, a bit smoother for you, and move over to where the next event is taking place. We will see what we can do. I will give you a hold screen for now, just because we are not entirely sure when we'll be back, but we'll be back. All of the spectators have been asked to just go grab a drink, move themselves around, so hopefully we'll be with you very soon. Hello, with us. So we have a bit of an action plan. So the Conans will be taking place on a field further away from the building, and we're pretty sure that that's probably going to make any connectivity even worse. So we will not record the Conan's wheel, but we will be back for the log. We've actually sent someone to try and find basically buy-in kit to actually try and get the connectivity a bit better for you. So I will keep you posted. Apologies for that. I will, if you're watching at home, I will keep comments. I will respond in comments as well when we're going to come back on for the final 3 events. We'll miss the Conans. Focus on getting the connectivity up for you so that you'll be able to watch the remaining 3 events. Apologies again. The Wi-Fi was working fine yesterday, and when everybody arrived today, unfortunately, it was not, and it's not even working well enough for them to be able to reliably upload these scores, even just something as simple as that, let alone an actual video feed. I've pulled out as much as I possibly can from the actual live feed overlay to try and make it as smooth as possible, but clearly it's not quite good at this point in time. So again, apologies. We are doing the best we can with what we've got. But yeah, I will definitely let you know very soon, and I will keep you on the hold screen for now. Just as basically the area that you're currently seeing where the deadlift just took place, everyone has now left. So they're now back around the other side of the building. So I will be back very shortly and let you know how it's all going.